Okay, that's it. So I don't care about what I care about are these allegations of violence. And like Ms. Simpson had brought up, when has Mr. Holmes been to Georgia and commit? Because here's the thing, something has to have happened in Georgia. So when's Mr. Holmes been to Georgia and been to Georgia and committed acts of violence?
All right, so we're back with part 2 of the case between NBA player Richaun Holmes and his ex-wife Alexis. He was awarded full custody of their son, but Alexis refuses to follow the court order. Instead, she went to 3 different counties in 2 different states, filing frivolous claims, the same claim over and over again. She's requesting a restraining order, but was denied in 2 counties in California. Now she's in Georgia for the 3rd attempt. They haven't been together since 2019. The alimony ran out because they weren't married long enough, and she is not letting the child go to his father. Instead, she's coaching the young child, mentally messing him up, and we're going to see how she's manipulating him and turning him against his father. He's 6 years old. I'm assuming this evil type of behavior is how he got full physical and legal custody of the child in the first place. If you missed part 1, you can always check it out. The link is below. Be sure to smash that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Won't waste any time. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Yes, and what I'm going off of for that is I look to see, does he have ties in Georgia? Does he work here? And did the violence happen in Georgia? He absolutely has threatened me. I've received the threatening here.
But has he been to Georgia to threaten you?
And he also put a tracking device in RJ's bag that we had to get rid of.
And see, now she's just saying silly stuff, avoiding the question. The judge said, did he come to Georgia to threaten you? The answer is no. She won't say no, so now she's talking about he put a tracking device in RJ's back. What do you mean he put a tracking device in his back? As if he implanted a chip into his son or something. She's saying what she's saying the way she's saying it for a reason, but it's not working. She's just looking more insane. Answer the direct questions, stop trying to deflect, then at least she won't seem like she's just all over the place.
And RJ's he gave him an iPad and he was tracking our every move, which is how he knew exactly where we were February 6th. So the violence, when
you were in court on April the 21st, you were there, right? Yeah, were you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you heard this judge say all this, right?
Yes. But I knew that it was based on the judge. That mediator and private judge and Richaun are friends. He pays the bill. And when I emailed to the night before that court, expressing that I believe that, you know, the judge just wanted to, or the mediator, it's his job to give Richaun his way, because he's the one that's footing the bill. And he's
I can already tell the judge is getting tired of this.
Richaun is just actively trying to save face, because now the private court is how he can keep his history of abuse quiet. Once things came to public in Sacramento, that's when he began, things were in the media, and the threats came harder, and he was upset. He is trying to keep things in the private sector, which only happens in California, New York, and Nevada, where you can even have a private mediator make changes to your stipulation. But that's what he's trying to do, because he wants to protect his brand. He wants to protect things like that. He doesn't want things to be able to be seen in the public specter of the court.
Saying California is one of the states where the mediation can be private. Okay, he's in California. And then why would he allow you to run his name, his brand, run it down in the dirt, all because you can no longer benefit from it? Yes, he has a contract with the NBA. We recently talked about all of this with all the shenanigans that Ja Morant is going through and his silly behavior. This is what modern women do. When they can't get what they want out of you, their goal is to take you down, destroy you, ruin your career, ruin your life, ruin everything.
But if there is allegations of abuse, it should not be covered up by any private court process. I'm never anything that I
I'm
have
just
done.
trying to get you back focused on what has happened in Georgia.
Yes. So what has happened in Georgia, and that's why I immediately contacted law enforcement here. If I was wrong, law enforcement, I will comply. If I'm wrong right now, I will comply. All I'm doing is trying to protect RJ. So
I understand.
Is anybody surprised right now? Whenever they can't get their way, they hit you with this tactic. They start crying. But did anybody notice she still never answered the question? What did he do in Georgia? And ma'am, you are wrong. You are wrong for taking this kid away from California. You violated the order. He's supposed to have full custody of the kid, and you're holding him hostage all the way in Georgia.
Yes. So what has happened in Georgia, and that's why I immediately contacted law enforcement here. If I was wrong, law enforcement, I will comply. If I'm wrong right now, I will comply. All I'm doing is trying to protect RJ. So
I understand. And on here, you're important, he's important, but this child is important. So, so Ms. Simpson, do you have some contact information for these folks out in LA? The child abduction.
I've not spoken with the child abduction unit in Los Angeles. I have contacted law enforcement here, and I've been in contact with his attorney in California. Not that it's important to the issues before us, but I've been looking for it. I do have a document that Ms. Holmes signed agreeing to Judge Lewis being appointed as the private judge in this matter. As I understand it from Mr. Holmes' counsel in California, that is permissible in California to have a private judge appointed to make decisions in your case. The certified court order from the Superior Court of Los Angeles County issued by Judge Lewis is a valid court order. But again, that doesn't have anything to do with this case and whether or not the violence that Ms. Holmes is alleging actually occurred in Georgia, which it didn't. And you've asked her several times and she's not giving you a straight answer about anything that's happened in Georgia, that my client has come to Georgia to commit any kind of family violence. So,
tell me
about that again on my motion to dismiss.
Your Honor, I just wanted to make sure that I made it clear that I am saying that when I have contacted the Los Angeles County,
focus with me. What acts of violence has he committed here?
The harassment, the threats, the stalking of having a tracking device in our son's bag. And even as now, this is our safe place. This is our home. When the acts of violence that took place here, the moment that RJ was hit, RJ came here with a bloody knot on his head. And
I guess she forgot that she's been testifying for the last half hour, saying that the incident with her son and the knot on his head, that happened in California.
On February 6th, when he harmed our son, I told the Sacramento police that we were fearful.
Now, are you trying to say it was in Georgia?
Here, his father is actively threatening, even with this mediator, trying to, but actively even texting me, him and his family are saying things, threatening and harassing me online, and not to mention his fans, who he insulted me on his Twitter and has his fans attacking me daily, sending me death threats, calling me a gold digger. Him and his family are actively saying, "I'm gonna get you." Insulting me, calling, "I'm gonna get you. You have to deal with us." That's what his family is saying, that I'm gonna get you. You have to deal with us. And this is, I expressed these things, and for the thing of forum shopping, I told the facts this. I told the police this. I even told the police the orders that were made by the mediator on the fiduciary standpoint. They said that I have.
Okay, when has he been here? How many times has he been here besides?
He comes here often throughout the year. He used to have a property out here, and he comes here at least 4 to 6 times a year. And he has a W-2. He has a Georgia W-2.
Okay, so
that has nothing to do with family violence.
He probably plays here, whatever. So, but when he's been here, what has happened here is what I'm trying to
Most of the things that have happened here have been electronic, with the, like I said, the stalking, the harassment, the harassment and the stalking happened physically, because he physically placed an item in our son's bag in order to track us. Then the harassment.
When was that allegedly done?
That was in February.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's February of this year.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, gotcha. So let's back. So have you been to court in Los Angeles, Sacramento, wherever, California, on that issue?
On that issue, no, only about the violence to my son's head.
So you never brought up the tracker?
Well, I mean, I brought it up, but that was in addition to, like, you know, I definitely brought it up, but that was in addition to, you know, I want to make sure that I'm being completely truthful. I brought it up, but that wasn't the reason, like saying, oh, because I had bigger things to worry about, which is the violence. So I definitely brought up that we were being tracked, and as well as my previous lawyer brought up that that is stalking and harassment, that he put a iPad in order with the Find My iPhone on it so that he can know exactly our every move. And then the threats, I have the text message, the threat text messages, as well as his mother tweeting and said, "You're gonna deal with me."
But that's his mother. I just need to know about him and violence.
Oh, him. Well, I've received text on the day that I served him. I received a text saying, "Just wait." Threatening text. I have that, and I submitted that as well. And that's what I have. I've sent those things as well. And when the DFACS worker did come and speak to RJ alone for 30 minutes.
DFACS where? DFACS where?
Not DFACS. I'm sorry. Here, Georgia.
Okay, so okay, got you right there. Okay, so what's your court date on that?
Oh, it's an investigation. DFs.
No, I get it. I did, because I sit down at juvenile court. So here, let me show you how juvenile court works. Okay, somebody makes a complaint. DFACS goes out and investigates, and then if it rises to the level of need to be looked at, you get a court date. So that's what I'm curious. What's your court date?
I'm not aware of my court date, Your Honor. I just
when did you make the report with DFACS?
That was Thursday. I want to say the 19th or the 18th, the 19th, and of April. And this, I also provided this in our evidence. The safety plan that was made by my caseworker was made on the 20th.
All right. So I got to focus you back on what has happened physically here in Georgia, because you said he did this in February, so that would have meant you would have been back in California. So what's happened here?
The threats, the stalking, and the harassment, the tracking device, and the threats on my life.
But he's called you on the phone. But he's called you on the phone, or somebody's tweeted or snapped or whatever they did. They've done that, okay? But I want to know what. Tell me what you have to turn. This is a court order. This is what and what Ms. Simpson said is that you're forum shopping, coming here because you don't like the court order that Judge Lewis did April the 22nd.
If you call, I've already put in a motion to dissolve that stipulation. If you call the Superior Court family, if you call the family court right now, they will tell you they know nothing about these orders. I promise you. If you call the family court, not Judge Lewis, not signature resolutions that Judge Lewis looks for, they will tell you that it doesn't even look like we have gone to court since 2019, because that's the last time we went to public court in the actual family court realm. And when I called,
I think Ms. Simpson said she submitted a certified copy to the clerk's office. So certified copies are when orders have been filed, they go to the clerk's office, and she paid money. He went by there, had somebody go by, somebody went by, got a little stamp, a little seal, sent it to her, so she filed a certified copy here. So these are filed in there in Los Angeles. So somebody's not being completely honest with you or not looking deep enough. So So see, it says at the top of it where it says electronically filed by Superior Court of California, Los Angeles, 422 at 2:17 p.m. Sherry R. Carter, Executive Officer Clerk by S. Baraja, Deputy Clerk. So it's like here, when Miss Free files something, it's that same exact thing on there electronically. So these records are in the clerk's file out there in Superior Court in Los Angeles. So
yes, and
I'm still kind of trying to focus you back here because I still want to waste anybody's time. And since you don't have a lawyer, I'm really trying to give you a lot of leeway. And I know Miss Simpson's getting frustrated with me, but she understands. So I just want to know what he's done here.
Yes, ma'am.
Because since April the 22nd, a judge, paid for judge, retired judge, brand new judge, whatever judge, because they do, I know they do, because they got all these, out there, they do this, private thing and people agree to it. So, and here we kind of call it like arbitration and things like that. So we'll do some things like that here, or judicially hosted settlement conferences. But what I'm wondering here is April 22nd, you were there, or April 21st, this order was issued on the 22nd. So why did you come back to Georgia and bring the child here?
I was already there. I was already here. I contacted all law enforcement. I was already here, and I was told that it was okay for me to come here. In our police report. I told the police that we were coming here, and I filled out a safe at home and a good form notification because we were in a domestic violence shelter.
Oh my God, this woman is horrible. She continues to take up resources, telling somebody that she's in some type of DV situation when she's not. They divorced 4 years ago, and the only allegation she can come up with is this knot on her son's head back in February. Why was she calling DFACS, the police, and everybody in Georgia talking about was it okay for her to stay in Georgia when she had the court order that told her that she was supposed to surrender the boy to his father? This woman is a pure manipulator. There's no way that anybody can defend this. This is just crazy. And then she's leeching off the public resources that's designed for women that's really in bad situations. This woman was getting alimony, never went to work, never did anything. Now the alimony is over and the child support is too, which is why she's not trying to give this boy up. Give him to his father and stop playing games. This is just crazy.
Okay, so you've alleged these same things in a couple different counties there.
No, not the same things. The harassment text messages, these are new.
Okay.
I would never just keep doing the same thing. I'm just trying to let you know the history of violence. But these exact things that I'm arguing with you have not been argued in Sacramento, as far as the harassing and the threatening, because he just wants to be able to control and have me be in a place where he's not even going to be because he's about to get traded.
This woman is such a liar. He's not trying to make you come to where he's at. The son is supposed to be where he's at. He's supposed to have him full time now. You can stay wherever you want to stay.
You want us to be able to travel around with a child that has ADHD and that is saying that you harmed him and is afraid of you. And when the DFCS worker came and spoke to RJ alone, she put a plan in place saying that there is present.
Objection. I'm going to object to hearsay as to what the defects worker said or put in a safety plan.
I've provided the safety plan for you all as well.
I still object to hearsay.
I got a feeling this defects worker hasn't reached out to Miss Simpson or to Mr. Holmes.
She has reached out to Mr. Holmes, and Mr. Holmes has not.
We don't know that because she's not here.
Oh, okay. I was just letting you know. She did tell me that she.
Objection to what she said.
So if we could get you back on, is there anything specific that he has done here? Did he come here and sit outside of your house? Did he come here and follow you around? Did he come here and stand in your front yard and scream at you? Did he come here trying to track you down?
Yes. Well, not physically. He just I'm just gonna tell you the truth, and if that's the truth.
Yeah. Okay.
And so the truth is that he has threatened my life via text message, and that he has threatened to, take RJ and have me never see RJ again, and he has tracked us and stalked us here, and that's what I have for here in Georgia. And
how old is RJ?
6 years old, and he has ADHD and on the autism spectrum.
Okay, so where is he at right now?
He's with me.
Okay. Well, I mean, can you? If I put this in a breakout room, can you put him on the camera?
Absolutely.
All right, so I can talk to him, Miss Simpson. You have any objections with me talking to him?
Nope.
Miss Simpson?
I don't.
Okay.
And while she thinks that she's hurting him, she's hurting their son. And I can see why he was given full custody. This woman is crazy.
One moment, I'm getting him right now.
Okay, and then when you hand him the phone, I want you to leave the room because I'm going to put him in a breakout room and I want to talk to him all by myself.
Sounds good. I'll do that right now. I'm gonna just put you in his room. How's that?
Oh, okay.
Do you want me there as well, Your Honor?
Yeah, you can stay. You can stay here. I'm just going to chat with him. See.
One moment. RJ, honey. RJ, honey, come here, baby. Come here, please.
What is she telling their son right now? All of this because she doesn't want to follow the court order. This woman is 100% out of order. It's not even cool.
Madam Court Reporter, we'll go off the record for a second. I will.
Hi, friend.
Big boy.
Are you gonna let him hold the phone for me? Or sit
Yes,
down
I'm about
where-
to put him.
All right, I'm gonna put
What's
us.
up, big boy?
I'll put us in the breakout room.
No, please sit down. Here.
Hey, RJ,
What
Why
up,
they be
big
cool?
boy?
tell him, Dad. Tell him to be cool. Talk with me for a second.
You ran. Honey, please come and sit down and talk. Please.
I'm sorry, I ain't seen him in
Please.
so long. He got so big on me.
He ran away because he doesn't like to talk on the phone to his dad. You see me chasing him.
Okay.
RJ, please. I think.
Here, I'll put us in the breakout room so he won't be
Yeah,
able to see.
if because he's like I said, he's actively afraid of his father. That's
All
why
right,
he's
join the
so
breakout room.
This woman is so full of it. And the judge is already on to her. I can tell she's tired of the shenanigans. She's obviously been coaching this boy. So while she's making up the DV claims against the father, the mother here is the one mentally breaking down her own child.
The little thing to join the breakout room. Be back, Mr. Holmes. Miss Simpson, Madam Court Reporter. She should come back in here. He's kind of shy. I showed him some magic. There he is. I showed him some magic.
There you go. There's mommy's friend. You can talk to her, and I'll give you a peppermint.
We outside of the breakout room though. You wanted to see my magic again, RJ? You ready?
I get your peppermint.
All right, I got it. I'm gonna be showing everybody my magic though. Okay. Well, this is like the Wizard of Oz. I'm pulling back the curtain. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. What's this? Boom. Oh, let's see. There we go. That was magic, right, RJ?
Yeah.
All right. You gonna learn how to do that?
Yeah.
All right. I want to see it when you do it. And your grandma is my superhero too, and I bet you grandma bought you that shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Grandmas are great, aren't they?
Yeah.
All right. We go. You can put your mom back on here.
Okay, kilo.
You all set?
Yeah.
You just say thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, RJ.
Can I go play now?
You can go play now.
Yeah.
Can I go
Thank
with you,
you.
RJ?
You're
Can I go
welcome.
with you to play? That's what I'm asking.
How about kilo?
Are you sure? Because are you sure that because once he gets back in that yard, it's gonna be hard to wrangle him back in.
I'm good. We'll go.
Okay.
We'll go back on the record, Miss Wilby. So here's what I want you to do, Miss Holmes. I'm trying to get in touch with California.
Mommy, I watched iPad last night. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Please don't watch iPad at night again. It's okay. Mommy's gonna talk to her friend now. But
Your turn.
my turn.
How about kilo?
Our dog, he can talk to friend too. Okay, go ahead and play with
Come
him.
on, kilo.
Sorry, I'm going to the other room now.
That's okay.
Chyna, is there any way I can talk to him? I just ain't.
Oh yeah, you can talk to him. RJ, you want to talk to your dad?
No.
You sure? You want to talk to daddy?
No.
Why not? No, here you go.
No,
You
no,
wanna
we're not
talk
gonna. We won't do this.
RJ.
We gonna do this.
Right now, the attorney is disgusted. She's 38 hot. I can tell what she's thinking because I'm thinking the same thing. This woman, she's been coaching this boy. She should be ashamed of herself, but she's not.
We gonna let him. All right. I put you on mute, Miss Holmes. Okay, so you need a second, Mr. Holmes? Mr. Holmes, you can turn off your camera and take a second if you'd like.
This wicked witch will pay for her evil ways. She will pay for this. I hope Rashawn and his family don't let her get to them. You see, they do this to the men who actually care. This is what they do.
I was able to contact the attorney in California who's emailing him now. She said that she thinks his staff doesn't get in until 8 a.m. out there, and it's 7:48 right now. So,
How about then we take like a 10-minute break, okay? Give me put you and your client in a breakout room.
sure, that'd be great.
All right. Let's see. There's you and we'll put you, your client, in a breakout room.
Okay, yeah. I see.
And then so we'll take a 10-minute break, Miss Holmes. You may have to call him and tell him to swap over to the breakout room. So, since Ms. Holmes and Mr. Holmes, I'm just going to drag this out just a wee bit longer. Mr. Holmes, I'll know your schedule, so you can chat with Ms. Simpson. See if I want a social worker to chat with RJ since I couldn't get a lot out of him. So, when could you be here, Mr. Holmes? And Ms. Simpson, you're here. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Unless you plan on flying, when could you be here?
I'm out of season, so I can come to Atlanta whenever is required, Mel.
Definitely available tomorrow.
I don't know if he could get here by tomorrow.
I can be there by tomorrow, Your Honor. My only question, Your Honor, is does this mean do I get to see him at any point during this, or do I still have to stay away?
Well, I'm just going to figure, Ms. Holmes will bring the rest of her documents. I'm going to finish looking at Ms. Simpson's documents. If she has anything else, she'll send it to me, and just waiting to hear back from that court out there in California. So, but I'd rather Dr. Taylor talk to him since that's where she's trained in.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, that'll be better. So I guess you should probably, sorry. I mean, I hope it's not head to the airport now. Maybe you and Ms. Simpson can make a plan. And I will see y'all at 8:30, and we'll do an order, and we'll send it that they will let you folks both in at 8:30. So that means you can get at the courthouse, 136 Prior Street, Mr. Holmes. They will let y'all in early, but you got to have my order with you, okay?
And is there a physical copy of the order or an email copy on the
An
phone?
email copy is going to be fine. Well, so we'll email you a copy, just print it out, and the deputies will be, in the morning, I'll give a copy to the deputies, and the deputies will be expecting you, and Dr. Taylor will be there. If she could just swoop RJ up and go talk to him while we have the rest of our little hearing. Is that okay with everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow, so the hearing is over, but this situation is not yet settled. The father got off the Zoom call. He headed straight over to the airport to get on a plane from California to go down to Atlanta, Georgia. He's going to have to meet the judge at 8:30 a.m. in the morning at the courthouse. The judge told the mother to be there as well with the son, and I'm hoping they get to the bottom of all of this. Fortunately for the father, he is in the NBA, but his season is over now. So thankfully, he was able to jump up and get down to Atlanta. You know, they have a word for this. A lot of these women already know what it is because they can't stop using the word narcissistic ever since they learned it. But this is called narcissistic parental alienation syndrome, or parental alienation syndrome, PAS. This occurs when one parent coercively tries to alienate their child from an otherwise loving parent. This manipulation then results in the child's dislike or rejection of the alienated parent. It's been 2 months since he's seen his son, and she's put so much into this child's head in an attempt to get him to cooperate with her. This is why in April, just days before she had to turn the child over, this woman called DFACS in Georgia, the police in Georgia. Then she filed this request in the court for a restraining order. This is the third time. Third county. She knew she had to turn him over in California, but she's telling the judge that she talked to the police in Georgia and they told her it was okay for her to not follow a California court order. I don't believe that either. This woman is deceptive, manipulative, and pure evil. And then look at what they do to fathers who actually care. She's trying to break him down and make him give up. You know, just give her whatever she wants. She could care less about the child. And shout out to our sister Tiffany. She was right when she said that she was using this child as a pawn. She's willing to do anything to avoid going to work like a normal woman. Then she's running around claiming to be a DV victim, talking about a knot on her son's head from February 6th, and using that to get housing, rent assistance, or whatever government resources as some battered woman, taking resources from women who are really in DV situations. Those kinds of programs are not unlimited. When you have somebody that's basically faking like this lady, all because she doesn't want to work, it's just disgusting. In my opinion, this woman doesn't care about her son. She's using him as a pawn to get at his father. So it looks like the judge had Rashawn fly to Atlanta the next morning at 8:30 a.m. to finish the hearing in person. I don't believe that hearing was recorded. She's also bringing in a social worker to talk to the child. I do not know what happened in that hearing. Again, I doubt that was recorded. But if you want an update on this case, drop part 3 below in the comments, and I'll see if we can at least find out what happened here. Let's go ahead and get the conversation started. Tell me, what do you think the judge should do? Don't forget that you can support this channel as well. Links to Cash App and PayPal are below. Ladies, fellas, want a balanced analysis, want the truth from a woman's perspective? Then you're going to want to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to like and share.